What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. I want to start off with this one being more of a question. And that question is, how much more do you think you can accomplish if you were rooting for yourself? And that might be one of those questions, and you'd be like, what are you talking about? And many of you know what I'm saying. Some of you might need to consider and think about it for a second. But the big thing is, a lot of times we say we're our biggest critic, right? We are the ones who will get in our way first and foremost, before anyone else. And there's a lot of truth to that. And this is why I asked the question, how much more do you think you can accomplish if you were there to support yourself, get behind yourself, believe in yourself? And a lot of people will begin this journey, this healing and health and wellness journey, which I truly believe is always happening. It's always whether we want to see it or believe it or not. It just sometimes it doesn't look the way we initially intend it to be. Um, but when you look at yourself or others who start a healing journey, wanting to make big changes, that's going to disrupt a certain pattern of living, a certain conformity that is taking place. This is where we say, oh, look they're trying to take care of themselves. They're starting this journey. Um, and a lot of people first and foremost will be their biggest critic. They'll be the one to beat themselves up and they'll be the one to say, well, I'm not doing enough. And this goes back to when we talk about taking the wins. A lot of people don't take the wins. And what it tends to lead to is at me asking the question is when you aren't giving yourself the boost up, the support, the inspiration, I mean, pursuing the positive thinking towards yourself, the question becomes, are you your biggest fan? Are you the one that's going to support you and believe in you every step of the way? Are you going to get in your way or are you going to facilitate that, right? And a lot of people say, well, of course I want to do well. I want myself to succeed. I want to get this goal. And this is where then I will start to ask the question, okay, well, what if there's a moment where things get a little difficult? What if you get an injury? What if something happens and you tweak something? Are you going to beat yourself up? Are you going to put yourself down? Are you going to start going, oh, here we go again. Woe is me. Or are you going to look at it and go, okay, this is part of my journey. This is something we can get through. We're going to handle this. Are you somebody who every time you do something good, you're unable to be supportive of yourself? You saying, well, I should be able to do that. Well, of course. I mean, it's embarrassing that I couldn't do it. I understand what people are saying. I'm not trying to deny what you're feeling. But if that is what's driving it all, yeah, I should be able to do this. Well, it's embarrassing that I can't. Okay. Well, how do you feel about it? Well, I need to just do it so I can go to the next thing. It's like, okay, well, are you proud of yourself? Yeah, sure, I guess. You start to see this is where we start to get in our own way because we're not going to ever, and again, I'm not trying to dig into your past and what's caused you to think this way or to feel that this is the way it needs to be done. But what will start to happen is that is going to be a very, very, very long road. And I've just seen it time and time again. So this is why I want to ask it as a question more than telling you what to think or how to think is, are you, going to be your biggest fan? Are you going to be the one that's going to support you the most? Because as we know, and maybe many of us have been on, you feel a lot of times you might be alone on the journey. And sometimes many of us feel that that's not enough. And I can assure you, you are more than enough. Whether you see it or not, that's up to you. And so when there are moments where you feel like you're on the journey alone, just know if you have yourself in your corner, how much more can you accomplish? I say this all the time is I can try to get support. I have a lot of support in my life. I'm very grateful for that. I have a lot of people who believe in me, but that doesn't mean anything if I don't believe in myself. If I don't believe I can do it, if I'm not supporting myself. And it's the same goes with all of us. So how much more do you think you can accomplish if you have yourself in your corner? And really think about it. I hope you all can really take a moment to be with that and experience that feeling of knowing, do I actually do that? Because if you find yourself being like, "Oof, I don't always do that," it's a great place to start on your healing journey. It's not maybe you sweating and going to the gym 5 times a week and doing all these things, but That's building a strong foundation. So when you go to do those other things, you're locked in. And it's going, I love the support from other people. It's appreciated. I'm very grateful for it. But you're gonna start going, but I don't need it. I'm not in need of it. I like it, I appreciate it, but I'm not dependent on it. Because this is where people get caught up, is when people are dependent on other people's support. And it's going, you can say, hey, look, I couldn't have done it without you, right? Like it does help, but it's going, if you don't do it, then I can't do this. I won't be able to make it. And that's a struggle for a lot of people. And this is why it goes back to the question is how much more do you think you can accomplish if you have yourself in your corner? You have to be your biggest fan. You have to be, and it's not ego. I want everyone to know it's not ego in the way that people see ego. And I know we're getting into people's maybe possible religious beliefs and things like that. It's not pride in the sense of, I'm better than everyone. It's just being happy and grateful for yourself, period. And if you can see that, if you can experience that, if you can embody that, start to use that then hopefully as a tool as you go into training and things get hard and we go through those ups and downs of this healing journey. So I leave you with that. Start asking yourself the question, see where that lands for you, and be honest with yourself. And then from there, take the necessary steps into asking, okay, well, if I'm not, how can I start being my biggest fan and see where that takes you? Awesome. Hey, everyone, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you at newbiologyclinic.com, where we do all of our sessions, webinars, other enrichment services, roundtables. We do all sorts of things. So I hope to see you all there. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, everyone.